SBMS28@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay, 13 SBMS. Man, for your mail ID already access is provided, sir.
But I'm not getting access.
Let me show you.
I send the screenshot also. Sir.
Sure, man. Let me show you. Dharmendra, na?
DH.
Dharmendra.sit28@gmail. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to provide the enrollment for 13 SBMS. It is saying already you have registered. That means you go to our website, log in, check my courses. There you can see Spring Boot microservices option.
See, email ID is I think wrong, sir. Dharmendra.sit.28 is there. Check.
अरे भाई यहाँ क्या तो यार Dharmendra.sit28.
.28 is there.
.28.
Yeah.
हाँ, आपका 2 मेल आईडी से इसलिए प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है भाई.
Okay.
Now it is available for you. You can check it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Gorapalli123@gmail.com. Gayatri, for you also having everyone. Do you have account? Gorapalli123@gmail.com. For you also I'm providing access for 13 SBMS. Yep, Gayatri, your request also completed. Yep. Still anybody having the issue with the notes? For Dharmendra and for Gayatri, I have provided the access. You guys can access that notes now in our website. SK Prasad for allu@gmail.com. Prasad for allu. Man, I have tried all of you. You people registered late in our website. That is the issue, guys. Prasad for allu. Yep, I have provided access for you. Boilpalli Praveen MEC@gmail.com. Boilpalli Praveen MEC@gmail.com. For you also, I'm providing the access. Yep, Praveen, your request also completed. Chiranjeevi Das C-93@gmail.com. C-9. All you people mail IDs are coming in the search box. That means I tried already to provide the access. At that time, you people did not create the account. Chiranjeevi Das, for you already access available, man. You just check it. C-93, for you already access is there. Mahesh Ritnam, Maheshwaran, Mahesh Ritnam. Mahesh Ritnam. Mahesh Ritnam, I think your mail ID is not there, man. Yeah, the people who don't have access, send a mail to ashokitschool@gmail.com. I will verify that and I will provide the access today only. If you don't have a access for your class notes, you just send a mail to ashokitschool@gmail.com with your mail ID. Then I will check your mail ID in the 13 SBMS list, 14 SBMS list and REST API list. I will give you access for the class notes. Okay? So many times we told to create the account in the website. At that time you people did not realize. Now you are asking to provide the access. Okay? Please send a mail to us. We will add you to that. We will give you access for that course, man. Then you can access the notes in the website. Okay, bhaiya. Okay, Dharmendra, I think your issue is resolved, right? Dharmendra, can you confirm? Bhaiya? Yeah. Mr. Wali, what is your doubt? Wali, can you unmute your mic?
Sir, I want the difference between a grid controller and the REST controller.
Yes, madam, it's too early to explain you. I will explain that question in the coming classes. Okay?
Okay.
Take it. Good. Amandeep Sharma, what is your doubt?
Yeah, hi Ashok. Am I audible?
Yes, man, you are audible.
Thank you. My doubts are regarding the XML. 3-4 classes back, you were referring to the XML. Now, I have 3 questions. They are mostly interrelated to each other. The first one is the blueprint of XML is XML, XSD,
Yep.
XML schema definition, correct?
Right, man.
But in that class, the blueprint was a particular Java class where we basically were defining the data type, sequence, and everything. But I had a feeling that class does not justify the XSD in a true sense. For example, how will we give a namespace, and how will we basically give different kind of properties what we have in schema, for example sequence, for example.
1 minute, Amandeep, I got your point. Let me tell you. So generally, when we are designing the binding classes, earlier people used to develop the XSD first.
Yes.
XSD nothing but XML schema document, schema
That's
definition. Yes, right?
Yeah.
Based on that XSD, people will generate the binding classes by using XJC compiler, XML to Java compiler. That was the approach that people used to follow earlier to design the binding classes. When XML was the only option, people used to follow that structure. Now, the demand for the XML got decreased in the market. In the REST APIs, people are using only JSON. That's the reason I did not explain that old approach of XSD. That's not required now. Okay, so instead of creating the XSD and generating the binding classes from the XSD, I have directly created the binding class by using that annotation. That's it.
Okay, so for example, we still use XML extensively, quite extensively. So if I have to, let's say, make one component within our project from TIPCO to Java, I can create theoretically the full Java class using my XSD.
Yes, you can do that. So you have two options to generate the binding classes. One is you first create the XSD, then from that XSD you design your binding class. That is one approach. If you have that confidence, without XSD also you can develop the binding classes, then you can start the binding class creation directly.
Yeah, mostly we'll have the XSD because that is the kind of blueprint for the scheme.
That some projects may use that approach. In some projects they will use this approach directly.
Can we have a short introduction how to generate binding classes using XSD?
Sure. I will show you that also. Going forward, I will show you.
Okay. My next question is, you said the JSON is lightweight as compared to XML.
Yep.
Why is that?
As I have shown you clearly, JSON will represent the data directly in the key value pair. Suppose if I want to store ID is equal to 1, that's it. But if you go for XML, ID open tag, 1, ID close tag. In terms of memory, in terms of the number of characters, XML will have more characters than JSON data. So when it is having more characters, then it requires more memory to store.
Understand. But then I have a very basic question. For example, if I receive a JSON message, how would I know that it is as per the blueprint and as per the contract? I need to parse it against some kind of standard. Like we have XML standard is XSD. What is the standard for JSON then?
For JSON, there is no specific standard here. So whenever you are using the JSON format to receive the business data, then you need to define your own validations to verify all the data that is required for you is coming in the JSON or not. Manually, you have to validate. That means the JSON that you will store into a Java object, once that Java object is ready, you will get the values from the Java object and you will validate whether the values are coming or not.
Isn't that an overhead?
That is how the people are going with the JSON. There is no specific schema that defines the structure of the JSON. That's our burden. Yes, we have to take it.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Good man. Next, Saurabh Kalaskar. What's your doubts? Yeah, Sunay Jara, right?
Hi, yes. Sir, actually, one point is remaining about Tomcat server, sir. We were doing that by excluding the Tomcat server and trying to run on our installed server, sir. That point is remaining. And
yes, sir. I will cover that part here. Anyhow, I will need to show you that how to deploy that Spring Boot application to normal external server, right?
Right. That day actually it was getting some error, right?
Yeah, we will cover that here. I will cover that part.
Yeah, please, sir.
Good. Next, Jitendra Singh. Jitendra Singh, what's your doubt, man?
Yes, sir. Hello, hi, sir.
Hi,
Yes, sir.
buddy. Bolo.
Sir, actually, one class you have told about XML annotation about XML root element. Sir, I have created that project and I have got error that XML root element cannot resolve to a type.
Yeah, do one
And
thing.
I have-
Understand, man. Maybe your Java version is not supporting for that. So, do you check that your Java is having, your IDE having Java 1.8 version only?
No, sir.
Please check it. Please check it. So, in the IDE, you need to check right click on the project build path. That is one step. And in the IDE, you need to check the compiler version also. Open your IDE, preferences, type the compiler, set your compiler version as Java 1.8. Then it will work for you. Okay?
Okay, sir. And sir, how can I refresh the project, sir?
Right click on the project and refresh.
Okay.
First you check the build path, which version of Java it is using. Then you check in the IDE compiler option checking. In the IDE you need to set the compiler version also as 1.8, then it will support for you.
Sir, I have used JDK 1.8 version. Then it is not supporting also, sir.
That is what I'm checking. Did you check the compiler version in the IDE? Go to your IDE. In the IDE there is an option called window. When you click on that window, it will give you preferences. Go to preferences and type compiler there. It will show you which version of the compiler you are using.
So 17, it's written 17.
Change करो 8 कर देना भाई.
1.8, sir.
1.8 करो please. Okay, next one. Arvind Kadam. Arvind Kadam. Boilpalli Praveen. Arvind Kadam and Praveen.
No doubts.
Okay. Mahesh Varan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Arvind, I can hear you.
Sir, I'm same problem. I'm unable to access Note because enroll problem, sir. Email ID is not.
We told it several times to create the account. I think you created the account recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So send
hello.
a mail to ashokitschool@gmail.com. I will give you access for the notes in the portal.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
hello, Ashok.
Yeah. Hi, Mahesh.
Hi, Ashok. Ashok, I'm also not received I
Yes.
don't have the access.
Yeah.
for,
Please send a mail to us. I will give the access.
notes.
Yeah, I got it, Mahesh. Please send a mail to me.
Okay. Just now I have already shared the mail.
Sure,
Please.
sir. I will give the access now.
Okay.
After this session, I will give the access.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Arun Prajapati. Arun Prajapati.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, sir.
Sir, I have doubt in Oracle database. I am unable to establish connection. We saw that the network adapter could not establish the connection.
ठीक है, sir. We are going to develop a REST API with database integration also, na? Then I will check that problem and I will resolve it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Good. Vilkurti Sahiti. Vilkurti Sahiti.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's your
My
doubt?
doubt is regarding this criteria API in JPA, sir. Right now, there is a work assigned to me in my project. So, any example video or any
Per criteria API,
yes,
you
sir.
need to, in the data JPA, there is a option called query by example. You need to use that query by example concept. Then you can develop that dynamic query generation. Okay?
Yes, sir. It is done. But when joining both the tables, I am getting error, sir.
I mean, in the data JPA, we can't join the tables, right?
No, sir. By using this criteria API, we have already this query @query. There we have written the query using JQL, and
Okay.
using that JQL, we are converting it into criteria API. There
Okay.
we have used this joins. In joining them, I was getting error.
You send me one. You do one thing, madam. Then You note down your scenario and send me an email. Then I will check it. How can we solve that problem? I will check it and I will get back to you by tomorrow.
Okay, so for which mail, sir?
ashokitschool@gmail.com.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Next one. Srikant Josh.
Yes, Ashok. Basic doubt was JSON also interoperable?
Yes, man. JSON is also interoperable. Otherwise, why we will learn the JSON? Because we are learning distributed application development, so we are going to use JSON or XML. Both are interoperable nowadays. JSON is having more demand than XML. JSON is also interoperable. That's right. Your understanding is correct, sir.
Okay. Then actually, why we need JAXP, right? We can customize. We can read XML and manually.
No. JAXP is the API which will directly convert your Java object into XML object into Java. Instead of you are creating the XML manually, if you give the Java object to the JAXP, it is creating the XML for you. It is used to simplify marshalling and unmarshalling operations. Okay. Otherwise, every time you need to write the logic to convert Java object into JSON and a JSON object into Java manually. Instead of that, we are using that JAXP API.
Okay.
Got it?
One more question was, we want to discuss the scopes, remaining scopes, right? The request scope session.
Yeah, request scope, session scope in the web applications, na? Yes, yeah. Man, I will take that. I will cover it also. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, man.
Sir, I am Jitendra.
Yeah, hi Jitendra Singh.
Sir, in XML and injection, both cases we need a JDK environment or a GRE?
JDK, man. If you have JDK in the project, then you don't face any problem. Keep JDK in the project build path.
Yes, sir. Sir, as you told, I have converted 1.8 JDK, but still error exists. Can I share my screen, sir?
1 second, sir. Let me take up other doubts, then we will see your screen problem. Okay?
Okay.
So currently, if you are facing the problem with the XML, I will resolve that problem for you. So practice the JSON example meanwhile.
Yes.
Okay? You can practice the JSON examples. Okay. Next one. Vignesh Pichandi. Vignesh bhai. Vignesh.
Hi, sir.
Hello, sir.
Jan 8th Jan notes.
Oh, okay. The previous notes that was not there in the website, that is what you are asking, na?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, sir. I will upload that today.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
Vaibhav Sharma. You are having some doubt, na? Vaibhav Sharma. Yes, Vaibhav, speak out.
Actually, sir, other than subject, I am having doubt. May I ask, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, actually, I got an opportunity from RightPoint and TCS. But RightPoint is offering around 9 lakh and TCS is offering 6 lakh.
Mm-hmm.
And in RightPoint, their profile is AEM project, means they will use Java as backend and React and Angular they will use as frontend.
Mm-hmm.
Having 2 years experience, sir, should I prefer TCS or RightPoint?
Man, I personally I don't suggest to work in MNC company because उधर काम करने का थोड़ा option नहीं मिलते हैं भाई. So you go for the other company which is giving more package and you will get the opportunity to work as a full stack developer, na?
Yes, sir. They are telling me backend as they will use Java technology.
That's better for you. You can choose that, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sure. Yep. Next one, Alim. Alim, what's your doubt? Alim, Amar, Nagarjuna, Abid, Sarita, Amol, Sainath.
Yeah, hi sir.
Hello sir, tell me.
Yeah, it's sir. I recently changed my laptop. In my STS while creating the project, in start class and pom.xml file, I'm getting errors, sir.
Okay, so tomorrow I will check all your issues, man. Workspace issues. Anybody having the workspace issue, that we will check in the tomorrow session. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Bhaiya. Hello.
So I had one doubt, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Instead of property file, we will use an XML.
In the Spring Boot, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
No, sir. In the Spring Boot, instead of properties file, you can use YML, not XML.
No, I had a question yesterday.
We cannot, man.
We cannot. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Tell me.
Oh, hi, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, this is Abid.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Tell me.
But some other voice is coming to sir.
Someone else. Please, guys, the people who are not speaking, please mute your mic, sir. Otherwise, it is disturbing others.
Okay, sir. So, one day, I asked one question to you at class. I have a question regarding that. I don't know if this is the right time to talk to you, but if you allow me, then I can.
What is the doubt, man? Please tell me.
Yes, sir. That day I asked you, the question is, we need to create one new API in existing project. Have you remembered that?
Yeah, please come again. Maybe I'm not.
Yeah. So the question is, suppose I have to implement new features in our existence project, like we need to
new feature. So whether that new first we need to analyze that new feature is related to existing functionality or it is completely new. Okay. Based on that, we will analyze. Yeah, then we will make the changes in the existing code only, na? Then we will make the changes in the existing code only. Instead of creating the new API, we will make the changes in the existing code only. Okay.
Okay. So whenever we work on in a real-time project, so once any entity class is there, so generally we follow some solid principle design pattern, solid principle rules. So we cannot modify that class, like we cannot add new fields. So if we want to add new fields, so how can we?
Separate component we will create and we will establish the relation. So if you don't want to modify the existing code, then we will create a separate class with a new field, then we will provide that thing. Okay?
So is it a good?
Whenever there is a requirement, definitely you will have to modify based on the requirement. Yes, whenever there is a requirement, whenever the sir, solid principle is a different story. Whenever you have a code, if you want to change some functionality, then definitely you have to modify that code. There is no doubt about it. Okay? So that is what it depends upon. It depends upon your. That is what I'm telling you, man. It depends upon the requirement. Whether that requirement can be accommodated with the existing code or whether that requirement needs to code again as a separate component. That it depends upon the analysis that we do. That depends upon the change that we are getting from the client.
Can't we create a new?
Sir, I am getting some noise. Please mute your mics, guys. Yes, Sainath, I understand your doubt, sir. It depends upon. I can't give you a static answer for that.
Actually, I developed Angular application, sir.
Okay.
When I submit on that form, sir, all applications are ready. Could you please?
This is regarding morning project batch or what?
Yeah, morning project and yeah.
Yeah, then we'll discuss in the morning project class tomorrow. Okay?
And
Fine.
Hello, sir.
Hi,
This
sir.
is Nagarjuna.
Hi, Nagarjuna.
Actually, my doubt is regarding JSON.
Okay.
Sir, going forward, can we expect this JSON examples like more examples like having the more data like array, JSON array, multiple objects?
Yes, sir. We can expect that. We can expect that.
Okay.
They are going to come in the coming classes because today we created a first application only, na?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going forward, we will see applications which will deal with XML data, applications which will deal with the JSON data, applications which will deal with both the XML data and the JSON data also I am going to explain.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And second one, sir. Actually, I asked you about the Spring Boot earlier. Actually, I attended for the JRTP morning batch and this one, this batch. So I asked you for the Spring Boot, sir. Actually.
New batch for Spring Boot, huh?
Yes, new batch or actually I asked for these three courses. So you said you can register for.
Yeah. I understand. I will announce that new batch when I will update you on. Okay.
Okay. So I can directly attend or.
We'll tell you the process. Still the date is not yet finalized. I will tell you the process.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Fine, guys.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi, Amol.
Yeah, hi, sir. I have doubt. I have IBM. I have work file in IBM WebSphere. How can import in ID?
What you have?
I have a WAR file on the IBM WebSphere. So how can get the?
You take that WAR file. You download that WAR file, and you need to import into your ID.
Will be WAR file is import in ID.
Yes, we can do. When you go for IDE, when you click on the file option, there is an option called import. In that import, you can select a WAR file and you can import into ID.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. Thank you, guys. Good night. See you tomorrow.
ఇప్పుడు వచ్చేసి మనం షేప్ బెల్ట్ ఎలా కట్ చేసుకోవాలో చూద్దాము షేప్ బెల్ట్ కోసం ఇలా